I know it's late at night for everybody or morning for some of us, but I really appreciate everyone coming here. So we're the NU Blockchain Group. We're happy to see all of you, and let's get going. Yeah, so whenever, for a lot of people, they may not know what blockchain is, but they may have heard of Bitcoin. And so Bitcoin, I would say, is the biggest and most tested use case for blockchain. And so, yeah, let's talk about Bitcoin a little bit more just because you may have heard about it in the news, or maybe you heard someone talk about it. Maybe somebody said they bought it. And so we can kind of talk about it. So Bitcoin essentially is a distributed payment system. Think of like Venmo, except for there is not a company that's running it. Instead, it's like a whole system of people who are each checking to make sure that the transactions are correct. So essentially what Bitcoin does is, because there's no company that's regulating the transactions and instead it's a whole system, there's nobody that can stop you from sending money to another person. There's nobody that can freeze your assets. There's nobody that can stop you from making an account or making a wallet. And so it's pretty accessible. And so far it's been pretty good for sending money all across the globe because Bitcoin, it doesn't really care where you are as long as you have an internet connection. So it makes it really easy to send value from one place to another. And so that's what's kind of cool. There's no central authority, there's no bank. And so that's why there's been a lot of interest in Bitcoin. And so you may have heard about it in the news. And so Bitcoin uses blockchain. So blockchain is essentially just a way to store data online. Normally, we can kind of think about it in a chain of blocks. That's where the name comes from. So as time progresses, more blocks are being added, and everybody in the system is agreeing to what blocks are valid and what blocks are not. And everybody agrees on what chain of blocks are correct. And so everybody is maintaining this structure and they keep adding to this chain and everybody can see what's going on. What's cool is that it's transparent and there's no one person controlling it, like I mentioned. So it's censorship resistant. And so that's what's kind of cool about blockchain. And so this technology that I'm showing here, it's just a way of storing data online through a group of people. And it kind of helps, like I mentioned, decentralizes processes and makes them more transparent. And so our club is all about working with this technology. So kind of how it works is you can kind of think about individuals submitting transactions, and those transactions make up the blocks, and then those blocks get added to the blockchain once the whole network confirms them. Yeah, so founded in 2017, when we got started, Blockchain Group really wanted to make Northwestern Chicago area a blockchain hub, and we've been working with solidifying our community, especially on campus, and working with the industry and making partnerships and really engaging with blockchain and crypto as a whole, the industries. So the exec team. All right, now we'll have the exec team introduce ourselves. I'm going to go first. So my name is Gilberto. I am a mechanical engineering major, a junior. I'm from Houston, and right now I'm the club president, which means I help oversee all the club engagements and I help do some of the planning for the speaker events. What got me into blockchain was this club. So Poom, who is not on the call right now, he actually invited me to the club's conference, which Alex can tell us a little bit more about in a second. The club's conference, where it was basically an exposium of a lot of different blockchain speakers. And so after getting to know what the blockchain industry was about, I stuck around and here I am. So a fun fact is this water bottle I bought over the summer, 50% of the time it spills water on me. So it's a pretty great water bottle, I'll tell you that. So Alex, why don't you go ahead?
It's a beautiful fun fact. Well, hello everyone. My name is Alex. I am currently a senior majoring in physics and minoring in economics. As Gilberto said, I am the treasurer of this club. I have done that since last year. And I am also from Houston, Texas, and currently calling from Houston, Texas as well. Actually, I think about half of our exec team is from Houston, so a little bit of overrepresentation, but I don't think that's too bad. What really got me into blockchain was I used to actually work at a plastics recycling firm, and so my interest in blockchain stemmed from my curiosity towards applying, I guess, blockchain and its essential properties towards supply chain and logistics management. And yeah, the more I got into the industry, the more interested I became about not only how it had the possibility to change the logistics industries, but also how it had the possibility to affect other industries, right? And such as finance. And now actually I'm currently interning at Kraken, which is one of the bigger crypto exchanges. And my fun fact is actually I am forklift certified during my high school year. I think before senior year and after senior year, I actually did drive a forklift around in a warehouse as part of my job. So yeah, Rushman, on to you, I guess.
Sweet. Thanks, Alex. Hey, everyone. My name is Rushman. I'm a bio major in my third year here at Northwestern, from and currently in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I am enterprise blockchain chair, which means I try to like build relationships with industry and kind of work with Sung to see what kind of cool research projects we're able to do to keep members engaged. Last year, during the spring and kind of into the summer, we had a really cool engagement with IBM that was, a great learning experience. Gilberto, Tony, and Sung can definitely speak to that. So hoping to see what I can put together for this year. What got me into blockchain, I'm very interested in healthcare specifically and trying to learn about, what are the different applications of blockchain and decentralized applications in healthcare. So kind of joined the club out of curiosity, tail end of my freshman year, and have been here for a solid year now, a little bit over a year. So, that's what got me in here and excited to see where we can go moving forward. Fun fact, so I live about 8 or 9 minutes from an international airport. So, something that I realized as I was, doing these Zoom calls is when I leave my window open, sometimes I have to go on mute because like the sound of the planes is like really, really loud. And it's something that never really like struck me as a big deal, given that like I've lived here for 15 or 16 years, but like numerous times on calls, people are like, what is that? And it was just a realization to me that like, wow, these are actually pretty loud. So. Pass it off to Poom, I guess. Poom, since he's not on the call. Sung.
Yeah, I can go. Hi, everyone. I am Olivier. I am a junior studying computer science and statistics. And I'm a junior graduating next year. I'm from Hong Kong, and I got into what I do in the club, I'm the projects chair, so I lead the projects team. So pretty much anything like coding / development related, that's probably revolved around me. And I got into blockchain in my end of senior year in high school when I was employed to work as like a smart contract developer for like this small startup in Hong Kong. And so I dabbled in some blockchain smart contract development there. And then we entered like this blockchain hackathon, and we didn't win, but we got the UX design prize, which is pretty cool. And that's pretty much how I got into it. And then I joined the blockchain club here when I came to Northwestern. And a fun fact about me is that I've gotten a 1 on my AP score. I've gotten a 1 on an AP score and a 2. And I'll pass it off to Sung.
All right, then, since Poom's not here, last and least, it's me. My name is Sung Lee. I'm a civil engineering major in construction management. I'm from the great state of Texas, along with Gilberto, as well as our good friend Alex from Houston. How I got here was because of our dearest president approaching me at the table one day. I thought, he's got an interesting proposition. He's talking about the neat tricks about blockchain, the potential. So I joined in, and now I'm marketing chair. It's gotten me some good fun over here, learning about the nuances and whatnot. I suppose an interesting feature about myself is that I was prom king at one point, then was promptly deposed, got back in again, so on and so forth. Thank you.
All right, thanks everyone for that. So Poom is not on the call. He's from Thailand. He's in Thailand right now. He's the educational chair, and right now his focus is mainly on helping onboard new members, as well as helping support the projects team and working closely with Olivier. Fun fact about him is he had a picture on Facebook with his mom, and I thought it was his girlfriend. That was fun. So club partners, Rushman, maybe you can talk about some of the partners we've worked with and just kind of, and then Alex, maybe you can talk about the conference we did.
Yeah, sure. Happy to talk about the partners. So, we have a few partners here. Some of these partners support us financially a little bit. Other ones give us opportunities to connect with industry and also connect us to mentors and speakers for some of our workshops and events. We got a lot of these partnerships, through being an organization for the past 2 years. We also had the Cubs conference in 2019. That was a way to kind of build our rep and build our relationships. So going forward, we're hoping to really, keep these going, keep these relationships alive, and then perhaps even build a few new ones.
All right, cool. Yeah, so just a quick icebreaker. Let's kind of keep it short, but maybe for a couple of minutes, let's talk about what classes do you already hate? So open floor, just say your name and then tell me like what's going on.
I can go. I am in, I don't even remember what class it is. It's stat 320-1. It's like the intro to the stat sequence. And so I'm a stats. So like I said before, I'm a stats major, still double major, but I haven't really taken a single stats course yet. And now the harsh realization of how hard a stats major is starting to hit. So it's kind of sucks. So I'll popcorn it to Aziz.
Hey guys, so I'm a freshman in McCormick, and I mean, I like my classes except one, which is GTC. It's just so much work. Like you get 20 pages of reading every class, like you get like per average 100 pages of reading every week, apart from the reports and the writings and everything else. So yeah, I hate GTC so much. I'll popcorn to Sank.
Very well. I'm currently taking an architecture class, and I gotta tell you, it's not easy being artistic because they expect me to draw a house when in reality I can't even sketch my own hand. I may have enrolled in the wrong class, my friends, but it's what you get the program, But I'll now go to Leo over here.
Leo, freshman in McCormick. I like most of my classes. The only one I really hate is chemistry because it doesn't really relate to my major in any way. I just need it for basic science credit. I'll popcorn to Tony.
Hi, so I'm a sophomore studying computer science and statistics, and one class that I hate is CS 336, which is like algorithm and then more about like mathematical proof class. I thought it's gonna be like a really like comp science focus, but it turned out to be like a math class. So I'll popcorn to Alex.
I guess I can go. I guess the class I really dislike is Chem E 211. I took it my freshman spring. I'm a sophomore now, and that class just made me switch out of Chem E, so it's pretty brutal.
Other Alex, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah. Right now, honestly, like advanced electrostatics, right? 332, I believe, -2. holy crap, it's just endless vector calculus, which like it's not impossible to do, but it is so tedious. Like you mess up one thing at the beginning of the problem, the entire result makes no sense, and it's the worst. It's like I rate it probably the second most frustrating thing I've ever done, and the first one being coding in general. So yeah, it's a time. Not very fun, but it's a time. Let's see who hasn't gone. Jiayan, is that how I say your name?
Yeah, it's Jayan. I'm a freshman in Weinberg. I don't know. I don't really have any classes I hate. Like my course was pretty chill. I guess only complaint is that like in CS like 111 racket's kind of whack, but it's not too bad. Is anyone left?
Yeah. I haven't gone.
Okay.
It's me.
I'll pop on to you then.
Cool. So Jayan, I wish I was you right now. I'm taking CS 213. Like I mentioned, I'm a Mechie major, but I'm also trying to do like a BSMS with computer science. And this CS 213, I mean, the labs, like I've spent a lot of hours on them. Like at 25% of the way in, I am gonna have a fun weekend with that lab, and it's not great, but it is what it is. All right, everybody, thanks for sharing. Being a student is hard. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say with that one. Okay, now let's talk more about our engagements. Let's see. Yeah, so as a club, we try to get you all the opportunities to engage with speakers and people that really know what they're doing. It's a new industry. It kind of started like in 2009, 2010, blockchain technology and just the industry itself. And so what's cool about the blockchain industry is that in about 2 or 3 years, you can really become like an expert in the field. And so that means we get to speak to a lot. We have the opportunity to speak to a lot of young professionals, and like the people who are really doing a lot of work are like in their early 30s, late 20s, in their 30s. And so we get to speak with a lot of them. Like before the meeting started, Spencer, the previous co-president, mentioned that there's a lot of Northwestern alums, and so that's been cool. One of our partners, Bloxroute, is headed by a Northwestern professor, so that's been cool. So yeah, we normally try to bring some speakers, and then they come talk about what they're doing, and then we can chat with them, and it's pretty cool. Normally we send those out through listservs, through our emails, and we post it on our Facebook page. Next, Olivia, can you speak on the projects team?
Yeah. So for the projects team, what will happen is that there will be kind of like 2 separate teams. One team, like everyone here will be on the onboarding team, which basically what will happen is that we're going to, for like the first 4 weeks, we're going to get you up to speed on like coding and Solidity and just smart contract development. And yeah, so like by the end of the 4 weeks, you'll have like a good grasp on how to code like these stuff. And yeah, and you don't need any programming experience, but if you do, it'd be way easier for you. And what will happen is that at the end of like the 4th week, or by the time that you guys finish learning it, we're going to transition you guys to work on the IPFS project, which Tony will talk more about. But it's basically this this project that Tony and some other team members have been working on over the summer. And yeah, and then you guys will basically, once you guys have the experience required, you guys can go and help out and add some more new stuff to the project. And yeah, the time commitment looks like it'll be like 2 to 3 hours a week. It's not that bad. It's just learning Solidity and just learning how a blockchain works, because yeah, you just need to know about that stuff if you don't know what a blockchain is, for instance. And yeah, I'll pass it on to Tony to talk more about what the IPFS project is and yeah, what you guys could be doing in it.
Yeah, sure. Do you think we have time for like I can briefly share my screen to show the app, or I can just like talk about it?
Yeah, feel free to show.
Okay, sure. So I'll share my screen to show the app we have been building over the summer. Can you guys see the screen right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so this So we are essentially building a decentralized website applications that, so for now we are targeting as a COVID-19 news sharing platform where like user can upload like any news like on campus related to COVID-19 and then to this platform. But like essentially we can really expand on like any other news, right? So it can turn into a forum where like user can like ask questions, upload any information like on campus, like events or any opportunities that has on campus. So the difference between a normal website application with like this decentralized application we're building is that, so in a normal web app, we are actually all the data is hosted, like it's like stored on the database. But like for this app we are building, we actually like store all the data like on IPFS, which is a decentralized network, and then also on Ethereum blockchains. So here's how it works. I will like go through it like briefly. So as a user login, we will like use the MetaMask to connect to your digital wallet, which is the account, right? So you can have like any Ether holding and also tokens inside your MetaMask digital wallet, and then you can upload any information here in this panel, right? So for example, you can say like someone is not wearing a mask in locations, and then you attach your image and you click submit, and that will like save your files to IPFS, and then the hash of the file will be sent to the blockchains. So now everything is like on the blockchain, and then the app will fetch all the data from the blockchains. And then, so for example, if we click view here, so this is just something we have been uploaded before. So there's a text, then there's an image. And then if we click on the link, that will like direct us to a image. So this is just image the user has uploaded, and then it's currently hosted on the IPFS network, right? So we're seeing there's like a hash, which is like unique to this file. So yeah, so that's just an overview of what this application can do. And then like once you are familiar with like the concept of IPFS and then like how to write a smart contract for Ethereum blockchains, so we can like get started to like add more functionality to this app. For example, like each user can have the profile, they can save the post, or they can like give some token to a user if they feel like the information is helpful. So there's definitely a lot of things to work on. So, and then I feel like it's a very good opportunity for you to like get into the details of like technical development side of the like Ethereum blockchains. So yeah.
Yeah, and what's also good about this IPFS project is that it's not like some of the coding that you guys could do is also strictly not like Solidity. Like for instance, if you're into front end web development, and if you know React, or you could learn React by yourself, you could take initiative and make this website look prettier. Not saying that it's ugly, but just make it fancy. But yeah, so there's like there's a lot of cool stuff that you guys can do to work on this. And yeah, that's all I have for the projects team, Gilberto.
All right, thank you so much, Tony, Olivier. All right. So that's kind of on the technical side for people who want to get into development, software development, or like Olivier mentioned, web design. So there's also the research group, which is a non-technical project, and Sung can tell us a little bit more about that.
Sure thing, Gilberto. Now, something to consider, my friends, is that for our research group, like I said before, there's no need for technical experience. I'm not looking for experts or geniuses. I'm looking for people who can express ideas in a clear, straightforward manner. And so what we did last time was we partnered with a project mentor in IBM. We chose a DAP. We chose a field that was clinical lab management in healthcare, or just clinical lab management, honestly. We spent the first few weeks just knowing the fundamentals. How does blockchain work? How do dApps work? How do these networks intertwine with the greater blockchain network? And what we're trying to explore in the research group is just expanding the blockchain ecosystem. So it's not just the technical stuff like you would do in projects team, really getting the bigger picture as to what we're trying to do in this club here. So going back in IBM, it took us several months. There'll be meetings, of course, 2 to 3 hours per week, but you shouldn't feel too stressed out. If you ever need help, of course, you can just talk to me. But we'll be making sure to keep in contact, having consistent deadlines. We're making sure we keep each other accountable, of course. And throughout it all, we're going to eventually produce a deliverable, something that you can actually see, put in your portfolio, or you can use that as what you can call it, a manifestation of all your efforts put together. And of course, we've worked with IBM, like I said before last time. We'll be looking forward to future projects, of course. You can always ask myself or Givotor, our president, for more information. That's what we do in research group. Anything you want to add, Gilberto?
Yeah, that was pretty good. Thank you, Sung. What I would say is, just to clarify, the meetings are not 2 to 3 hours. That's just the expected time commitment. And then another thing would be, like the goal of the research group is just to analyze use cases for blockchain technology. And if you're interested in business, it's always good. For example, when we're working on this project with clinical lab management, one of our big questions was, what competitive advantage would using this blockchain tool for clinical lab management give to companies? And that was a driving question that we had to keep asking ourselves. Rushman, do you have anything else to say about the research group?
No, I think you guys summed it up pretty well. Just looking forward to lining something else up for this year. I thought our last project was a pretty good success, so we'll see what we can find.
All right, thanks, Rushman. All right, so we've never done a project like this one before. It's kind of a new idea that I'm leading. So it's like a consulting type project, and what I mean by that is that we're going to work with actual individuals and try to help them out. In this case, it's going to be digital artists. So there's these things on blockchain called non-fungible tokens, and it's basically like a digital footprint for data. In this case, we're thinking about each piece of artwork is connected to a token. So here you can see this is a CryptoKitty, which was very popular a couple of years ago, and this thing may have sold for a couple $1,000s. So basically, if you own the token associated with this kitty, you own that kitty. I mean, other people may be able to see it, but you are the owner. And so what's cool about this project is that the goal is we're going to learn a little bit more about like the digital marketplace that's already occurring, where people are actually selling their gifts or their animations or their pictures or their digital artwork online. And we're going to try to see, okay, how can we help onboard more users? And so this will really get us looking into, okay, what's going on with this tech, and also how can we help onboard new people. And so we may work with, for example, student artists, or we may try selling something ourselves and just kind of checking it out. And so it should be a pretty good experience. No experience required. This product should be more chill, probably about 2 hours per week commitment. And yeah, we haven't done a project like this before, but it should be a good way to get our hands dirty with these non-fungible tokens and the consumer products that are available out there. Okay, moving on. So that pretty much covers all of our engagements. I'd like to thank everyone for being on this call tonight. So here are a bunch of links. So basically, I'm going to send a recap email, but feel free to fill it out right now. This Listserv link is just if you aren't receiving emails from us yet, feel free to get on that. And then we have these signups, which are essentially just when to meet. And so the way it'll work is that for each of these projects, you'll indicate when to meet, and then the project leader is going to, we're going to put that in an email and let you know, and then you'll show up and the project will get started, and that's how we'll do that. So yeah, so feel free to take a screenshot right now, and if you have any questions, we can talk about that. But that's pretty much all we have for you all today. Any questions? All right, cool. Well, if no questions, I'm going to stick around for a couple minutes just in case. And yeah, like I mentioned, feel free to take a screenshot or feel free to wait until our email, which is going to contain all of these links.
I guess I actually do have a question. So how often would these teams be meeting every week?
Yeah. So all of these teams, we're planning on meeting once a week, and based on the when to meet, that's going to be the meeting time. Although if things come up, we may shift the meeting or so. But yeah, once a week would be the projects, and we don't expect you to sign up for all three projects. I mean, one is enough, to be honest with you. 3 hours per week may not sound like a lot, but it is when you're busy. So just keep that in mind. I wouldn't recommend trying to do all three projects.
Yeah, just to talk a little more a bit about that, like the way the projects team will be structured, it will just be like most of the time, like the meeting times won't be like when we meet once a week, it won't be long because I'm not gonna really be teaching anything during the meetings. It'll just be to like recap and tell you guys like what to focus on and like what to learn and what to build for next week and just like share what we've learned. Yeah, so so for the projects team, like when I say like a 2 to 3 hour commitment, that'll be like on your own time. That won't be that not a like only like a small portion of that will be taken up during the meetings.
Yeah, I mean, just to talk more about the other projects, research group is more like everybody had their own tasks previously, and then everybody meets up and contributes to the deliverable or contributes to the project in some way as a group, and then more tasks are assigned, and it's kind of like that balance of, okay, we put everybody's effort based off of what they were working on before at the group meeting, and similar thing for the consulting project.
Just a general question. Are you also going to send out the PowerPoint with the email?
Yeah. So I'll send this recording as well as the PowerPoint and the links.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. All right, cool. Well, if that's everything, feel free to pop off. Thank you all for being on this call late at night. Really appreciate it. Again, I look forward to seeing all of you in the projects, and just, yeah, keep an eye out for our emails. We'll keep sending more cool opportunities your way.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Great. See you guys.
Thank you.
Yep.
See you, everyone.